All right, I think we're live. Hey, everybody.
Hello. I can't see anything, so I'm flying blind right now.
Can't see anything?
Yeah, I'm on your channel and I'm looking for the live notification. Let me refresh my...
I don't think it's come through yet.
I'm like, it's just me.
Let me see. Let me reload it. Are we doing it? Can y'all see us? Is there anybody here? Are we live? Did I lie? What's going on?
We're trying.
We're alive. Are they alive?
I'm not seeing it.
I don't either.
Oh no. Is it saying that this is like private or some stuff?
I'm like, the YouTube it's been acting weird lately.
Now this is supposed to be public, but I'll go back and make sure.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, it's set at public. Oh no.
I'm not seeing anything.
Let me see this link.
Oh, we're on now.
Okay.
See, it just needed... YouTube needed to catch up with itself.
Hey, everybody. This is going to be a great stream. I swear. Hey, Persephone.
Yay!
Oh, my goodness. We have been talking, like, as our little pre-chat, we were talking about how the three of us have not been doing so great with our writing, but hopefully this stream is going to kick it into gear.
That's right.
So would y'all like to introduce yourselves? And I'll tweet this link out.
Yeah. Hey, wait, are we going to do it alphabetically? Because I get to go first for the first time ever?
You do.
Oh! Well, awesome. Well, I am Dana Gollin, and I write adult fantasy romance. And today I'm here hoping that I can get some pages down because I've got goals.
And I am Shannon Caper, and I write cozy mysteries and currently a paranormal mystery. I don't know if it's going to be cozy or not because I put some bad words in it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well,
I know.
There's some people, they're pushing it. And some readers love it and some readers are ticked off. So,
and there's like, I don't know, I'm 20,000 words into it or more, and there's like maybe 5. So I'm kind of like, I don't know, but they're not the bad words.
That's what I was just going to say. I have a scale. I have a bad word scale, and there are some bad words that you can kind of get away with, and then there are some bad words that are like sacrilegious. You stay out of that zone. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, if they fall into the, oh, I stubbed my toe and I said, then maybe it's not so bad.
It's so weird because you never know how people's reactions are going to be, you know?
Yeah.
You just have to let it go and go with it.
Yeah. I mean, I think
I'm going to call it cozy, but just not say that it's clean.
Yeah. I'm not really familiar with the rules of cozy, right? Of cozy books. So I don't know if it's like a hard rule where there's 0 foul language, or if
it used to be like, it's very interesting to look at the evolution, and I swear I'm going to make a video about this. I've been thinking about it for months and still haven't done it, but I'm going to. But like right now, there seems to be a especially in the indie genre, where there's more people who are trying to incorporate a little bit edgier things, you know, like I've picked up books where there's swearing from grandmas, you know.
Yeah.
But like the one hard and fast rule that people don't like to mess with is like, you know, no murdering of pets, no murdering of children, and your murders should kind of happen off the page.
Okay, like fade to black murders.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like if there's sex, then fade to black.
Okay.
So, oh, hi, I'm Tamara. This is my channel. Thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoy yourself. I hope you write with us or do whatever you're doing today. I too write cozy mysteries, and yeah. So, what are y'all's goals for camp? Oh, by the way, if you're new, Camp NaNoWriMo is a challenge that we're doing that happens April and July, where you kind of set up your writing goals for the month and try your darndest to achieve them, basically. Okay.
That works.
I was just reading Persephone's genre. She writes dark, erotic, paranormal, romance, and urban fantasy. That's awesome. She gets to write all the bad words.
Yeah,
she can get away with everything.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like I've been watching like genre specific videos, like how to label your genre, and I didn't know even within the erotic genre there are so many different kinds of subgenres that I was just like, what?
Really?
Yeah, I was like, holy cow, there's all kinds of stuff. So that's pretty cool.
I just did a video that I'm going to put up next week where I said I was having a genre crisis because I really don't know. I went through this with my first series. I said it was a cozy series. Somebody said, well, it's really not because she didn't really solve the mystery. And I was like, well, but she was involved in it and she was in peril and it fit all the categories, really, all of those little tropes. And so I took cozy away from it, and more people have come back and said, well, I don't know. It seems like a cozy mystery to me. They don't always have to be the one to solve it, but they've got to be involved. Now with this new one, I'm like, I have no freaking clue what it even is.
Yeah.
If you want a beta reader, I'll tell you what I think. I mean, for what it's worth.
Cool.
Like, I'm no expert, but I can at least chime in and tell you how it makes me feel.
I mean, I started off as it not being a cozy, and the more I wrote it, I'm like, I'm sure this is probably a cozy, but then I used a couple bad words, but they're not the real bad words. So yeah, I really have no idea, but I'm far enough away from finishing it that I don't have to really decide yet.
Yeah, definitely. Just don't let it hold you back. Write what you need to write.
Yeah. So, but as far as my goal for camp this year, my goal was to finish my new work in progress, because it's a short. I would say it's borderline novella and novel, but my problem is that I'm very detail orientated. And so when I'm reading, one thing that I can't stand is we started on a couch and magically levitated to a windowsill. And it's like, wait a minute. Do y'all live in an empty box? Because, so I always get caught up in furniture, placement, body movements, is someone going to physically get hurt if the scene doesn't work out properly? And so I stumbled a lot on stupid things like, is it physically possible for two human beings to move simultaneously without getting injured? So if I can stop tripping myself over these imaginary coffee tables, I might be able to finish this by the end of April. However, every time I think I've maneuvered past all the imaginary coffee tables, bam, there's a love seat. Like, God, where'd you come from? so yeah.
I want to do something like, well, I want to create a series Bible because I'm at the beginning in both of these series. So if I'm going to do it, I really want to do it now.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to do something that's going to be really easy and not take a lot of time. And I also want to do some like basic layouts of rooms so that I'll know where stuff is and it'll stay there with each book,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Because like I was just describing their kind of, I don't know, magic den maybe, but not really, but whatever. So I was trying to describe this like this special room in the house. And I'm like, okay, this is here, this is here, this is here. And then I'm looking at where I've described it later and I'm like, oh, this isn't, these don't match.
They don't match.
Yeah. Yep. And,
no.
And it's important if you catch it, it's important that you catch it now because it's guaranteed your reader's going to catch it. And it never fails. If I'm reading a book and I stumble over something like that, it's like, wait a minute, what? And then I got to go back, and it's like, so.
And it's broken your whole like flow in the story.
Yeah.
It takes you right out of it.
Yeah.
It does that to me too. You know, if I'm reading something or if I'm reading and like someone's physical description changes, they had red hair and now they're blonde or anything like that. Because then I'm like, wait, did I do that? And then flip, and then
And a lot of people will say that it's not important. So even if it was deliberate, I've seen a lot of people say that detail of she changed her hair color for whatever reason is not an important detail. I think it is. I really do. I will make. I think so. Yeah, I'll make like a 2-paragraph statement about how okay, she had to go bleach her hair and dye it a new color because she's hiding from the law or whatever. But when you have and I've heard some people say those are minor details, but for me, those minor details will just completely. It's like tripping over that imaginary coffee table. It's like, wait a minute.
It seriously is. Because, you know, you only put so many details about your character's physical appearance anyway. So, or at least me. Mm-hmm. So when I put them in, I want them to be important.
Right.
So I don't want to mess around and change things out of the clear blue sky for no reason. Right. And then not explain it to my reader. I just think that's being like a douche.
It's kind of, yeah. It's, I think, honestly, I think it's lazy writing. And I mean, I know that I always go back to Stephen King, but in some of his writing, he is so detail oriented about descriptions that it's like, okay, if he thinks it's important to have detailed descriptions about specific things, then who is anyone else to say the details aren't important? It doesn't matter how her hair changed from this to that. Yeah, it really does. It really does. And if your character has a freckle, if your character has a minor detail that another character pointed out, then obviously it needs to be remembered because, you know, and especially if the same character that pointed out the minor detail is like, oh, your skin is flawless. No, it should be more like, hey, where'd that big old mole go that you had on your, you know, but I don't know. It's all, and then there are some authors who say that it's just subjective. And so you don't really have to do what makes you feel happy, but I don't know.
I want to do what makes me feel happy, but I also want to serve my reader because I'm trying to tell them a story and I don't want them to be thrown out of my story because I made a mistake, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Granted, mistakes happen, but I want to try my damnedest to at least prevent it.
Right.
And I feel like hair color, eye color, and where the daggone candle is in the special room.
That's right.
Those are things that I hopefully can prevent. So when I started this month, my plan, my grand scheme was to write 4 hours each day. I didn't specify which projects I was going to be writing on because I have a few in mind. One of them is to finish the rewrite that I'm currently in the process of, and then the other two are shorter things. So I thought that I could probably finish their drafts this month. And then health kicked me right in the butt and told me, no, no, no. No. You're not going to be writing 4 hours a day. You're going to be spending a lot of time in the bathroom and also laying back here on this couch. So I have had to make peace with the fact that I can't force myself to do things when I feel so very wretched. I just can't. And the work that I'm doing when I feel that bad, it's no good anyway, because I feel terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just end up having to go back over it, and it's just ends up being a waste of time. So instead of the 4 hours, I changed my goal to 2 with the hope of hitting 4 hours a day, as opposed to having that as like my hard goal, which that hurt my pride. It did. It hurt my pride. I was like, oh
yeah.
Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. But you got to do what you got to do.
As long as you're like moving in a forward momentum to get your goal, it's just camp is fun. Camp is fun. Now, if this happened to you during NaNo, I'd be like, come on, girl, you got to get back on.
Of course.
That's right. That's right. Camp is like, it's like a warm up. It's like, okay, well, this didn't work for me this time. And I'm going to try in July. I'm going to try another way. And really, those are your 2 times to get it down to a science. Because come November, got the flu, doesn't matter. That's right. Get your trash can next to your desk and commence.
oh, that's terrible.
Oh man. No. Well, last NaNo, we lost my husband's grandmother in October. So Preptober was like 0 for me because we were planning funerals and my daughter's birthday. We literally had a funeral and then the next day we had a birthday party. And so it was, it was crazy. And then in November, we lost my grandpa or my husband's grandpa. And so him and his wife died 7 weeks apart from each other.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was in hospice with my laptop because once he went unconscious, he seemed to be more at peace when we were all there with him. And so I brought my laptop to hospice and I was sitting there typing while I'm sitting next to his bed, and the nurses would come in and they were like, "What are you working on?" And I'm like, "NaNo."
Don't bother me.
I know. Shh. This is hospice. You need to be quiet. It was better than working in a library. I'll tell you what. So yeah. But other than that, if I didn't have that time, and I wasn't able to do my work at the hospice, I probably wouldn't have made it through NaNo. I would have had to have bowed out. But it's all good. It's all good. NaNo is a monster, that's for sure.
Definitely. Shannon, what's up with your goals? Have you had to modify them or what's happening?
I haven't modified them yet. I'm not too worried about whether I hit it or not because ultimately I really just wanted to finish this book. And because I don't know where I was when April started, I'm still kind of hoping to just finish it. That's ultimately the goal. I'm not going to finish it as soon as I wanted to because I haven't been doing much. But I think I'm back to actually writing now. I've been doing a lot of admin stuff with my website and the newsletters and emails and all that kind of stuff. So I think now, like tonight, I can finally really get back to words on the page.
Right.
Good. Very, very good. So speaking of words on the page, how about in 3 minutes, we sprint for 15?
Okay.
And I don't have the I haven't used that productivity app yet because is there like a different sound other than those annoying, obnoxious, like loud alarms?
Yes.
Because I really hate those.
So I actually have mine set. They love it because it's like this really nice chime. I don't get screamed at or insulted. Oh, I did get demoted. Whatever. You know what? I've had a good excuse. But when under the settings, you can go in and you can change the alarm setting, and you can do like different sounds and different volume, and there's all kinds of stuff you can do in the settings mode.
All right.
Yeah.
I will play with that.
When you're ready.
I will play with it. I don't know. Every time that alarm goes off during the stream, it's just like makes me twitch. I hate it. So much. It's so obnoxious.
I don't like I don't like being yelled at. Like the sound of fire alarms or get out of bed alarms, they really, I'll be really happy and then I'll hear a fire alarm or a clock alarm or whatever, and then it just ruins everything. And that's why I went to these. It's almost like a harp. It's like the chiming of a harp, and
that's nice and positive.
Yeah,
that doesn't make me want to cuss the thing out.
Oh yeah. Well, and when I first downloaded it though, I didn't upgrade. It's like $4.99 to get like the upgraded version. And I was like, oh, I don't need to upgrade. The ads made me more angry than the obnoxious alarm sound, because every time it would count, so the countdown would end and then you would have to watch an ad before you could start your break. And it was like, you're wasting, and it's only 30 seconds. It's only 30 seconds. But I'll tell you, the first time it happens, 30 seconds doesn't seem that like a lot. The fourth time it happens, you're like, are you freaking kidding me already?
Is it a one-time $4.99 fee, or do you have to pay it monthly?
No, it's one time. Yeah.
All right. Maybe I can do that.
Yeah.
I am cheap. So
I know. I know. I just did a 2-hour audit on my finances this morning, and I was like, wow, I have been throwing a ton of money away to places that they didn't need to go. I hate that. Yeah.
Me too.
I hate that. Those 99 cents things, they catch up with you real fast.
I had to start using Kindle Unlimited because I was spending 99 cents so much on people's books.
Mm-hmm.
And my fiance was like, 99 cents, like you read a lot, and I was like, you're right.
Yep.
I can't be mad because you're right. I'm wasting a lot of money.
Oh yeah, you can, because then you got to be mad the fact that he was right.
Yeah.
So not only were you spending all this money, but then you got to admit that he was right.
Yeah, that's like a double whammy right there.
I know.
But it was only 99 cents, but it was 30 times.
Yep. Oh yeah. Every time my husband, he could be right. He could be so right, and I could be so wrong. And I'll get so mad. And he's like, what are you mad at me for? I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad. And he's like, no, clearly you're mad at me. Okay, well, I'm mad that you're right.
I use that one too. No, I'm just mad. Mm-hmm. You worked just bad before I opened my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's do these 15 minutes. 15 minutes.
Shannon,
right
do you
for
have
your life.
the timer, or who's using the timer?
I have a timer.
Oh, okay, cool.
I just have a regular old-fashioned timer.
Cool. I will take your old-fashioned timer because I'm not sure I can handle the productivity app timer right now.
All right. So let's do 15 minutes starting right now. Let's get into it. time's up. Huh. I touched it and immediately started beeping.
Right on. I got 264 words.
Where it keeps turning off. All right. My camera's back on. You know, just ignore it. It's fine.
I know you've got like 2 windows. You're in here twice.
I don't know why.
It's kind of spooky.
Yeah. You look like you have a twin.
Well, if I do, then she needs to get off her butt and start writing.
I know. Can I have a clone?
374.
Awesome.
Let's see. If I hide this from broadcast, will that hide me? Did it do anything? Yeah, it hid me. I think. Maybe not. I don't know.
Well,
all right.
I was going to say you are moving. The other Tamara, the imposter Tamara, is kind of frozen. So.
Okay, good. I think that means that people on the live stream can't see it. I rewrote how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I rewrote 6 chapters.
Wow.
So that was good. That is good. Yesterday, I was looking at my document and I realized how much my past me had totally just screwed me over. Like she
hate when that happens. I'm like, wait a minute, Tamara, you're frozen.
So now I'm like, okay, let's just fix this mess. Thanks. I gotta stop doing that to myself. Persephone got 299. Excellent. So it looks like everyone moved ahead, made some progress. Cheers to us.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the stories that you're writing on? Or are you ready to talk about it? If you're not ready, that's fine. She's glitching.
So, I do talk about it a little bit, but I have to go back to my notes. Because I have been using, so my main character of my new story is a woman who has, it's like, gosh, I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget it because I keep using the same wrong name for what she has. And my mom is like, she has, she's getting a master's degree in psychology. And so she's like, you can't keep calling it by the wrong thing. Otherwise, people are going to get upset because you're using the wrong terminology. And it's like, I'm just going to say it. She has multiple personality disorder, which is also known as
DID, dissociative identity disorder.
Yes. See, this is why I have friends. I have it written down so many different places. And then I went to get my notes and it's gone. I'm like, damn it. Anyway, so she has DID and her partner have a business together and they are adult party planners and everything in her mind, everything is perfect. Like she's developed this perfect world and her life is wonderful because she has this man who totally gets her. And at the beginning of the story, you don't know that she has this thing going on. And suddenly she starts having like kind of like memory lapses and weird stuff starts going on. And yeah, and it just kind of spirals out of control. And it, yeah, so it's like a sexy whodunit kind of thing, which is why I think I get tripped over all the details, because it's like I want to make sure that I do what she has justice while going into this like, oh, well, wait a minute, who done it? You know, did she do it? And that's how it's kind of played out. Like, oh, obviously she's doing it. And then it's like, but is she really?
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was supposed to be, and believe it or not, this was supposed to be this was supposed to be the fun book I wrote between book 1 and book 2 of my larger series. And it's kind of kicking my ass. I'm like, this is supposed to be fun.
You picked a pretty complex, like, issue. DID is pretty complex.
It is, and it's fascinating because so many people have been misdiagnosed with it, because these true diagnoses it's amazing. Not just like a personality difference. The same body will actually portray different ways of talking. Speech patterns are different. Handwriting is different. Like their perception of taste is different. Like two personalities living within the same body will taste the exact same food, but it's different to each one of them. And I mean, it's fascinating. It is absolutely fascinating.
They can have differences in vision.
Yeah.
One person can have diabetes, the other alters do not. Like it's wild. It's really wild.
Yeah. And I'm not diving that in depth into it. I'm focused more on like just the surface, just the very, the safe surface of it. But the more I read about it and the more I'm developing my main character and her other inhabitants, it's like, wow, I could go on forever. It's amazing.
There's a couple channels that I watch on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Where did she go?
DID in detail. And both of their systems have discussed like how they found out that they had these different alters, these different personalities. And it's just incredible. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely incredible. Like, I don't know if you've watched any videos of people talking about how they came to be and stuff, but you should, because it's a wild ride.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And that's, yeah. And I think when I first was playing with this idea, it did not start off as one individual with multiples. I thought what I would do would be multiple individual people. But then I started thinking to myself, I'm like, that's been done, And I thought, well, what would make this more interesting? And that's when I stumbled onto the DID. And I was like, how cool would that be? Because there are so many people diagnosed with it, and they didn't for the longest time know about these other people, So it was like, well, how cool would that be? I don't mean like cool, like, yeah, this is awesome, but just in the grander scheme of things, if you're going through and it's a whodunit, and all of a sudden, of course, the eye is going to be on this one individual, but the twist is like, oh,
there's more than one individuals.
Yes, but did those individuals even do it?
So this is going to be like an erotic suspense thing?
That's what I was going for. Yeah, I thought like it could be like a mystery, like an
Okay,
erotic
so
mystery type.
can you hurry up and finish it so we can read it?
Yeah, if I can stop tripping over the invisible lawn chair. Oh man.
Daggone coffee table.
I know. And then when I was outlining it and the idea was actually coming to me, I was in a parking lot in my truck waiting for somebody, and I started having this idea, and then I was like, hey, how long do you wait before you tell people about your ideas? And it was then and there shared with me that authors don't have original ideas. And I was like, mine is. No. So
mine's original.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about it. I've actually been having a lot of fun with it. I just put 2 character bios up on my Patreon, and my kids thought it was the funniest thing. While I was laying in bed and I was supposed to not have any stimulation, I'm listening to music and they're hearing me. So I couldn't have my headset on because it was just too intense to listen to the music with my headset on. And so I actually had to use my regular speakers. And the kids thought that maybe I injured my brain because I'm listening to music that I don't typically listen to, like Ariana Grande and The Weeknd, and they come in and they're like, Mom, what is wrong with you? And I was like, I'm writing a book. Okay. I'm doing research for writing a book, because typically I stay away from any kind of lyrical music. It distracts from my writing process. And my 19-year-old is like, that's the kind of music they listen to in nightclubs and stuff. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm going for. So it's been a lot of fun.
My internet keeps going out.
And just as she said it. Is that irony? No. I think that as long as you and I stay live, she'll keep going.
So is it still streaming even when?
Yeah.
That's good, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll sit here and laugh.
Well, good. As long as it's still happening, even if my internet's being a jerk. I think that there's some major rains happening on the island, and so it's not raining here, but I think that it's affecting my internet. Oh, okay. Do you want to tell us about what you're writing about, and maybe I'll actually be able to hear it before my internet goes out again?
So this is a new series for me. It is a paranormal mystery. Molly is my main character. She has, unbeknownst to her at the time, inherited a ghost town. She was under the impression that it was a resort till she got there. And so she has to jump through all these hoops to meet all these conditions to actually get the inheritance. She has like 2 years to turn this ghost town into a resort town and make it, functioning, and have people that live there and work, have their little businesses there and everything. So of course it's, they're going to encounter some ghosts and some mysterious dead bodies along the way as they redo some of the existing buildings, and new people come into town. And, of course there's going to be some love, and yeah, it's kind of what it is in a nutshell.
Right on.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say those are really, I like ghost towns. I think it's because I'm surrounded by them. I love the idea of like a ghost town and inheriting a haunted like town. That would be cool.
Yeah. It's set in northern Michigan, and there's ghost towns all over that part of the country because they had so much mining, and then the lumber industry was huge there in the late 1800s. And then, people would move on when the trees didn't exist anymore, and they'd, pulled all the minerals or whatever out of the ground. So there's tons of ghost towns around up there. I didn't pick the Upper Peninsula. I picked just the tip of the mitten to set it. So yeah, not a real location, but it could be because it's in a real spot.
Right. But because you put it in a place that's close to water, you have all that extra energy. So your ghosts can actually like be super scary.
I don't want them super scary.
Uh-oh. Freaking everybody out.
Oh no.
I can't write scary. I don't like scary.
Well, the closer you are to like, especially if it's running water, supposedly like the natural energy of the universe is stronger. So if you wanted to go super scary, they would definitely, being that close to wild water would definitely give them the power to do so.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Something's crazy is gonna happen. I better buckle up.
Yeah, I'm thinking we might add some crazy. I'm thinking this is going to end up not being so much a cozy.
Right. Oh yeah. It's amazing how things work out that way. They start off in one, you have like this little plan, and then it just kind of evolves into like this wild beast of a creation, and I like that. I like it when it naturally progresses into something much larger than we anticipated.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I will talk about my book real quick so that we can actually write. And I figure for the next sprint we can go maybe 20 minutes since we haven't really written much yet. So my main character, her name is Issa. She is a librarian, and she is from Whisper Valley, West Virginia, which is not a real place, but it's lived in my head for a while, so it's real to me. And she was living in Ohio and working at a library, and her aunt asked her to move back home so that she could help her run the shop and kind of get things going in a positive direction. Because basically her aunt's going broke and she needs help. So as the story goes on, there is a murder, and Issa's ex-boyfriend is accused, and he begs basically for her help to clear his good name, and that's how she gets involved in this murder case. And it's a lot of fun. Like, Issa's best friend, her name's Claire Bell, and Claire is like, she's absurd. She likes to use a lot of 90s slang that annoys the hell out of Issa, but I think it's funny, and she thinks it's funny, so hopefully other people think it's funny. And Aunt Mabel, she is the town psychic. And before she owned the bookstore, she had kind of a traveling fortune-telling thing going on, and she traveled all over the country and met all kinds of people, and she gets the vibes from things. So this is kind of my first foray into doing paranormal type of stuff. and I wasn't sure how far down that rabbit hole I was going to go, because Issa's story is she's cousins of Freya from the other series, and Freya's series doesn't involve paranormal at all. So I don't know how that's going to rest with readers. I wasn't sure, but I guess I'm going to find out, because it seems like it's just headed in that direction and I can't stop it. So I guess we're going. We're going to see what happens.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to go down that untraveled path. The road less traveled. Oh man. Don't mind me.
Maybe the load is accurate. I don't know. All right, let's hit it up. 20 minutes. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready, I think. All right, let's go. Starting right now. 20 minutes on the clock. Time's up. Dang, this is going well.
I know. I was going to say, it doesn't even feel like we have that. It didn't feel like 20 minutes.
Mm-mm. Dang, y'all. I did like 15 paragraphs. Wow.
I got 311 words.
This is amazing because yesterday I was looking at this chapter and it felt like I was just never going to be able to fix it.
Yeah.
And now it's getting there. Whew, that's good stuff.
I think that one of the benefits I have definitely seen since starting my Monday, Wednesday streams and then joining with Skye on her Tuesday, Thursdays, it's like more accountability. And then I think also having the ability to kind of talk to people while you're struggling with those difficult scenes helps to kind of get your brain to work things out.
I love doing the write-ins. They're so good.
Yeah. Persephone got almost 500 words. That's awesome.
Woo!
Nice.
I know.
I had 422.
That's awesome too.
Dang.
I think I need a nap though.
I'm like,
you just got your notice and we're an hour in. Oh.
I was gonna say, Shannon, are you gonna be ambitious and try for one of those 10K Tuesdays?
You know, I keep threatening to do it, and every time I do, something goes off the rails here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I do have tomorrow off, so maybe.
Right. It's like a 10K
Friday.
Yeah.
I could be into that. Huh.
I don't know.
I know. Like that's awfully ambitious.
I'd have to translate the 10K into like pages or something.
Yeah. I was gonna say I don't quite have the brain power for 10K yet. Well, Skye, she did a 10K Tuesday and then did a live stream with me on Wednesday and does her late night write-ins on her channel. So she was up, she did 10K on Tuesday, was up until like midnight, got up, went to bed, got up at 5, did 2 live streams on Wednesday. She said by the time Thursday came around, her brain was like mush.
Yeah.
So, and you could see
this week.
No, it was last week is when she did it. But you could see on Wednesday that she was really struggling. 10K that's a lot of work. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot of work, but that's a lot of brain power. Got to eat your fish the night before, power up.
So if a page is considered 250 words, 10,000 words would be 40 pages.
Yeah.
And I rewrite 40 pages in one day.
40 pages is like what, almost 4 chapters?
Yeah. I want to try. I'm going to try. that would be so good to get that many chapters done. I'd be so happy. I'm going to try.
Oh, I would be ecstatic if I could write 4 chapters in one day, or I would be absolutely ecstatic. I sit here and I think about it and I'm like, it'd have to definitely be like one of those days where I'm just like full of enthusiasm, because it's an intimidating beast, that's for sure.
I've done 10K days a couple of times, but never has it been a consistent thing.
Yeah.
you know, some authors, they're able to do 10K, and that's just like, that's what their, you know, Wednesday looks like all the time.
Yep.
My Wednesday does not look like that all the time.
Yeah.
But the most I've ever written in one day, it was somewhere in the 15,000 mark. And it was during a NaNo. It was like at the
I think she froze again.
Uh-oh.
She was about to say at the end when she had to cram to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to get that Scrivener code.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes. You know what? And that's what it was. I did the exact same thing. It was like the last 3 days of NaNo, I was just writing whatever came to me because I had to have that Scrivener code. And then I got the Scrivener code, and now like I got the Scrivener code, and then 3 weeks after NaNo, I got an email saying that they had sold out, even though I ordered my shirt. I pre-ordered it and paid for it before November started. They had sold out of my shirt and my size. And that was kind of like, I don't know, it was kind of like a kick right in the gut, because I was just like, man, I really wanted that shirt. So now this year, I'm like, well, what's my motivation? I have the Scrivener code. What else am I going to do? I need motivation. If I'm going to like sit down and go insane writing, I need to have something to go for. And I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. It's a good thing I have some time to think about it. But
yeah, you got a little bit of time to figure something out.
I know.
I wanted that Ingram Spark code.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I worked for in November. That's what I wanted.
Yeah. I'm not really familiar with Ingram Spark, so I just kind of looked over it.
Ingram Spark will give you kind of a wider distribution. So if you, let's say you're wanting to potentially get into libraries, if you're wanting to, like with Ingram Sparks, you can do Barnes & Noble, you could do Google Play. I feel like you could do iBooks, maybe like the Apple Books thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's an option. And Kobo, there's just a whole bunch of places that you could do all in one go with Ingram. And from what I understand, I haven't gotten a print book with them, but from what I understand, their printed books look better than Amazon's, than Kindle's do. But I haven't done it yet myself. But I think that I might, with the Mystic Eye series, I think I might have those printed out.
Okay.
Because
those
are going to all be full length. And
yeah. So do you have to pay to use Ingram Sparks?
You have to. They have a fee. Yeah, they definitely have a fee. And you also need to buy
she froze again.
Yeah, you have to buy your ISBN number.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, those ISBN numbers are not cheap. That's for sure.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Not at all.
So
and it's annoying because in Canada, I don't think you have to pay.
Well, you know, leave it to America to make you charge everything. Air is going to cost you soon. Oh, it does. It already does, because, you know, I don't know. I'm sure it does. So don't get me started. I can't do another political rant. I already did that once today. Oh my gosh. I tried so hard too to like stay out of those moments where I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to like step on anybody's toes, but we got onto some topic and I was just like, let's stop right there and really think about this. Okay. I'm like, I don't mind standing by and watching people throw themselves in front of a train looking like a ding dong, running their mouths and stuff. But every now and again, I'm just like, stop. Just stop. So
Destiny in the comments, she said that her best nano, she got like 160,000 words in the month. Holy crap!
No kidding.
I know. I'm like, was she like drinking coffee and yellow jackets the entire month? Like, did you sleep at all?
Did you do dictation, or did you type all that out? I'm so curious. I want to know.
I guess they would say call it no-dos now, right?
Yeah. Yellow jackets. That was definitely
am I dating myself?
But yeah, that was the 90s.
Oh man.
All right, how about we do 20 more minutes and then we'll see how we feel after that.
Oh, okay. So she lost her job, so she had to do something. So she wrote a trilogy. Well,
that's good therapy.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, and you weren't wasting time by any means. No, you were being very productive.
Wow.
So
tea and Pepsi. Those are delicious. I will drink just about anything that has caffeine in it.
So now I'm going to date myself with my yellow jacket story. I was studying for finals and I had crammed. I was up like for 2 days straight cramming, trying to get as much studying in as I could. And the morning of my English final, I decided to grab like an extra large, like 24-ounce coffee from a gas station, chased it with 3 yellow jackets, and then thought I need a Diet Pepsi to top this all off because I don't have enough. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, 4 days later, I finished my English exam because after passing out and being rushed to the nurse's office, I was taken to the emergency room where my mom had to leave her job to come and get me because they thought I was on drugs.
Oh, no.
And I was like, no, man, it's all legal. I didn't take any drugs. It was all good. However, that's when I discovered that caffeine is a drug.
Yeah.
And that stupid decision could have cost me my kidneys and my liver and my heart. And so yeah. So I don't know. We make dumb decisions when we're young.
Yeah, as long as we live to tell the tale.
Right.
To be the cautionary tale for other people.
I know.
So kids, no dos.
That's right.
No yellow jackets.
That's right. That. When the first time my teenage boys brought home these energy drinks, I like grabbed the can and I was looking at the ingredients and they're like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, "Do you know how dangerous B12 could be?" And they're like, "It's a vitamin." I'm like, No, it's a natural stimulant. Okay. B12 is dangerous. You don't want to mess with that stuff. I was like, oh. And all but one of my sons stopped drinking energy drinks on a regular basis. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, of course I have to have one rebel, but he has stomach issues now. And I'm like, Mom knows best.
All right. So how about we do this last 20-minute sprint and then we reconvene, see how we feel. I'll probably want to end it because I think I need to eat.
Yeah, I was going to say I'll have to make dinner because I have to feed people. It's a thing.
Yeah, same here.
They start to hang out behind the curtain. I know that they're getting hungrier because they will start to levitate behind the curtain, and I'm like, I know you're back there.
Maybe I can hear you breathing.
I know. And I don't have small children. My youngest is 13 years old, so they all know how to use an oven and a microwave.
They can hit up that cereal.
That's right. All good though. It's all good.
All right. Let's get into this. 20 minutes, y'all. Write all them words starting right now. Time's up.
Oh.
I went fast, man. One, 2, 8 paragraphs. I gotta finish this sentence though, because I'm gonna forget.
I know. I don't know if my neighbors are having a disagreement or if their kid is just having an issue, but they've been screaming. I had to mute my mic because they've been screaming for the last like ever.
No.
Oh,
I know. I feel like they do that. I hate to pass it off as it's normal, but then no one ever gets hurt. They're just very loud. But you know, it would be rude of me to stick my head out and be like, "Cut it out! I'm live streaming."
Just working here.
I know. So I only got 113 words, but I did. I also edited the part that I was working on. So, because I'm like, I do that when I run dry of ideas, I start editing.
I got 440.
Very nice. So I was reading through the comments, and is the young man that's talking about his pictures that he's drawing, do you know him?
He joins me on these streams quite frequently, and his novel or her, I'm not sure, is taking place in a town of my name.
Right on.
So I was like, yeah, I want to see what the town looks like. I think it's fun.
Yeah, that's really cool. What, Shira? You're driving me nuts.
Yeah. So my story has taken a good turn. It's unfortunately, it's going a little bit away from what I'd already written. So
it does,
you know. But I think it'll be better, so that's fine.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, dang. I am glad that we did this, but I am also tired. Very tired.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what like I was telling my husband, because he was wondering why I was struggling, because I just haven't been able to get on, and so today I was like taking my time doing everything, and he's like, "What's the matter?" I'm like, "I need to get all of my energy stored up so I can do a live stream." And he's like, "Okay, so you'll be busy for 4 hours?" And I was like, "No, Tamara is very good at keeping us on track."
Yeah, I don't mess around, because generally when we do these live streams, I haven't eaten lunch yet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right.
That's what I told him. I was like, yeah, my friend Tamara's in Honolulu, so when we're eating dinner, she's getting ready to eat lunch. And he was like, no way. So he actually looked up like the time difference between us and Honolulu, and he's like, they're behind us by like 3 hours. And of course, in my mind, I'm like, you know, you're further west than we are. And I was like, no, they're ahead of us. And he's like, no, maybe physically they're ahead of us. But so then last night, Skye was live streaming with Autumn, and she had made a comment about the whole crazy time zones and time changes. And I was like, out of all the continental United States, it makes sense. And then you have Honolulu, and it's like, wait a minute, how did that happen?
Yeah, it's like, what?
Right? Oh, man. So
I meant to come to her live stream last night, and I don't even know. I think that in my mind, I had made it so that it was 10 o'clock my time.
Right.
Yeah. I looked up and it was 8, and I was like, wait a second. Then I went to her channel. I was like, oh man, I've missed it by like 4 hours. Good
yeah.
job.
Well, she changed it. It was late like, I think it was like 9 or 10 o'clock her time, which was like 8 o'clock my time. And then she decided to have it an hour earlier because she said it was just too late, you know, with her getting up and getting the kids to school and everything. It was just too late. But the Autumn that she writes with is a night owl. And she doesn't make it to the other streams that are during the day. So it's neat because there's lots of people out there who need late night live streams. And I can't. I'm like, nope. At 9 o'clock, I'm in my PJs. If I'm writing, it's because for whatever reason I've been possessed to do so. But 9 times out of 10, I am like chilling, watching whatever bizarre show my husband's got on TV.
Same here.
Yep.
I used to be much more of a night out. You know, I still stay up late, but I'm just not productive. I'll be reading or something, or watching YouTube videos. So many YouTube videos. Let's see. What did folks do over here in the comments? Persephone wrote 787. Holy crap.
I know, that girl is on fire.
Oh, your nickname's Yanni. That's cute. I'll make the district. Whoops, I can make a montage of it. And oh, okay. I can't wait to see. I'm really excited to see what you've made. It's so cool. I am not good at doing stuff like creative things that are involve drawing and things. I'm just not. So I'm excited to see what you've created. That'll be very fun. All right, y'all. We have done great, all of us. Whether you're chatting with us or whether you're on the stream, we have kicked so much butt. But before we go, could y'all tell people where they could find you? I have your YouTube channels in the description unless YouTube flubbed it, because I actually did it this time. So it should be there.
Oh, man. All right. Well, my name is Dana Gollin. You can find me at my YouTube channel down below, unless it's not there. You never know. You can also find me at danagollinwrites.com, and all my social media is there and my newsletter is there. And if you are over the age of 18, you can sign up for my newsletter and get a free copy of The Awakening for now.
Maybe over 30.
Right? I know. Well, I was like, is there any way that I can make this like 21 or over? I mean, seriously, if you have to be 21 to gamble, I think you should have to be 21 to read my book.
I mean, I was like, oh, I don't know. I'm having heart palpitations reading this. I might have to go to the ER.
You're like, Joe, I am bringing out the book, okay? Oh man.
I still have your book, Mark.
Awesome.
I still haven't gone to the library, but I have them.
That's what I started leaving mine around like little Easter eggs. And I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for like someone. I leave them at the grocery store and all kinds of places. And I'm just waiting for somebody to call me or send me like an evil message or something. Stop littering the city with your bookmarks. Well, then go buy my book.
Then I won't have to do this anymore.
That's right. Oh, man.
Shannon, tell the people what you're up to and where they can find you.
Okay, so yeah, my YouTube is below. You can find me at shannoncaper.com. There's a link to my newsletter there, as well as all my social media. I'm in the usual places, either under Shannon Caper or Caper Shannon. And yeah, I'm I'm just around.
There's are two things I love, like chocolate and wine, coffee, maybe not all at the same time. And I host writers workshop on this channel. That's the last Saturday of each month at 2 p.m. Eastern. And this month we are talking about The Healthy Writer by Joanna Penn, which is really timely for me because I have been an unhealthy writer this month. So I can't wait to talk about it. I hope y'all can join us for that. And I am currently editing my week 1 of camp. So that should be up fairly soon. And oh yeah, I wrote this novella called Wiped Out, and right now it's still for free. I have a link for it in my description. You could sign up for my newsletter and get the book, which would be absolutely awesome if you would do that. And is there anything else? It's cool. Let's just end this thing. Thank you so much for coming and writing with us. I really appreciate it. Thanks to you two for coming and hanging out with me so I didn't have to do it by myself. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
It's more fun to write with friends.
It is.
And if you are checking this out after we've streamed, thank you. I hope this was helpful for you. And I'll be back at it next week, next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern with whoever else. I can't remember who's coming, but folks are going to be here. So you should come too for week 3 of camp. And we'll see you next one. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.